Hello, Julissa, welcome. We're going to start in a moment. Thank you very much for being on time, by the way. Ya vamos a empezar, Julissa. Solo esperemos a los demás y que sean las 8.
Ok, gracias.
You're welcome. Okay, Julissa, so because of the time, we're going to start right now. So, thank you very much for joining on time. My name is Kevin. You can call me Coach Kevin, or you can call me Teacher Kevin. I'm going to be your coach for these 3 months. We are going to start with this intermediate 1 level. And then after 1 month, we're going to start with intermediate 2. And in April, we're going to start with intermediate 3. So the purpose of doing this is for you to be prepared or ready, as you want to say it, for you to be ready to or for a job interview. Because if I'm not mistaken, after you complete your programming classes or courses, you're going to get a job interview. And the job interview is going to be in English, of course. So I already know that you may know some things in English. This is going to be just a reinforcement. And of course, we're going to fill in some gaps that you may have. So for example, that you tend to forget about present perfect, simple past, or some other things. So we are going to cover those. Thank you for joining, Camilo. Welcome. As I was saying, my name is Kevin. I'm going to be your coach for 3 months, hopefully. And let's get started. Before we start, did you have any questions? Any questions before we start?
No, thank you.
All right, Camilo, questions?
No.
All right.
Thank you.
So guys, if you don't know something, like for example, I'm explaining something to you and you don't know, like for example, you don't get ideas, so you can always ask me, teacher, can you repeat once again? And of course I will do it. And if you want me to explain it into Spanish, I can do it as well. Okay, I don't have any problem with that. However, I need you to participate and pay attention, because I'm going to ask you some random questions, just in case, just to see that you're paying attention. So let me share my screen. Oh, hang on. Where can I share my screen? Here we go. Okay. Welcome, Hector. Welcome, Hector. Nice to see you. All right.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, so welcome to intermediate. Today we're going to start with a very interesting class and topic because many students tend to get confused with this topic and simple past. But I'll teach you how different those tenses are. Okay, so first, let's start with this activity. This one. So guys, if I ask you, hey guys, have you ever tried tacos? How would you answer the question? If I ask you, hey guys, have you ever tried tacos? How will you answer the question?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. Yes, I have, because this is a just no question in present perfect. So don't forget to use the correct auxiliary, which in this case is have. Let's see. Let's see. Julissa, have you ever tried sushi?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. Arturo, have you ever tried Chinese food?
Yep.
Very good. Excellent. So if you want to keep it short, you can always use yes, yep, of course, whatever. If you want to say yes, I have, that's fine as well. So don't forget, depending on the subject, the auxiliary may change. So in this case, because we're using second person singular, we're using have, because you is second person singular. However, if we were using third person singular, like this case, she, he, it, my mom, my dad, my sister, the teacher, my boss, whoever, so we will have to use has as my auxiliary. Okay, any questions so far? No. So I want you to pay attention to, okay, thank you. I want you to pay attention to the structure that I'm using for questions, okay? Because for positive sentences and negative statements, we use a different structure. And please, guys, the previous class used to confuse this topic in simple past, because some verbs are kind of similar, especially regular verbs. Okay, but in this case we're going to use past participle verbs, and I'll teach you that later. So let's continue. All right, so we have present perfect. Help me read this, Hector. Help me read.
Okay. We normally use the present perfect for experience and you find actions.
Unfinished actions. Unfinished.
Okay.
Okay, so let's pay attention to this, because you are gonna use it in a job interview. Esto lo van a usar en una entrevista de trabajo. Trust me, guys. Why? Because if they ask you, hey, do you have any work experience or working experience? How would you answer? Yes, I do. I have worked as a customer service agent. Or for example, if they were interviewing me, I will say, hey, Kevin, do you have any working experience? Yes, I do. Okay, because the question in this question is in simple present, right? Do you have any working experience? Yes, I do. Y ahí puedo empezar yo a usar present perfect, because we are talking about experiences. Okay, so don't forget that, experiences. I have worked as a teacher for 4 years or 5 years now. Yeah, for 5 years. Okay. I have also worked as a customer service agent. Okay. So, because I'm talking about my experience, but what happens if I want to use simple past? I need to be very specific with the time expressions. Okay. So I worked as a customer service agent in 2018, for example, 2018. So 2018 is already over. So that's the reason I'm using simple past. Okay, because the action is completed. But in this case, because I started working as a teacher, let's see, in I don't remember. 2017, for example. Supongamos que yo empecé como teacher in 2017. So 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, like 7 years. Okay. So in that case, because that action started in the past and continues in the present, is considered unfinished action. Okay. So I started as a teacher back in 2017, and I'm continuing being a teacher. Okay, o I continue being a teacher. Continúo siendo un teacher. Okay, entonces eso se le considera como una unfinished action. Okay, in that case, I can use present perfect. How come, teacher? I have been a teacher for 7 years, I guess. Yeah, 7 years or 5 years. Entonces, I want you to pay attention to the structure. Okay, so we use the subject, we use the auxiliary, which is have or has, depending on the subject, the past participle verb. So let's pay attention to that past participle verb, and then we have the complement. Questions so far? Any questions? Preguntas? No? By the way, for the people who just joined, my name is Kevin. I'm going to be your coach. Okay, you can call me coach, you can call me teacher, you can call me by Kevin as you want to call me. I don't have any problem with that. Todo bien por el momento. Thank you, Guillermo. All right, now let's continue. All right, let's pay attention to this video, but first let me stop the recording. Okay. Okay, so these are the structures that we use in present perfect. Okay, so as you can see here, we have S, which stands for subject, have or has, plus the past participle verb. Help me read the sentence, Hector.
Okay, and I have tried fish.
Excellent. I have tried fish. Perfect. And then we have this, which is very easy, guys. To formulate the negative in English is very easy because we only add not. Okay, and it is going to be placed in the middle of the subject, I mean the auxiliary and the verb. For example, we have the subject, auxiliary have or has, plus not, plus past participle. And we have this one, which is contracted. Guillermo, help me.
I haven't tried fish.
Excellent. So you can say, I haven't tried fish, or I have not tried fish. And the last one. So this was the first structure I told you, which is auxiliary plus subject plus past participle verb plus the question mark. In English is very important, okay? Because we only have the closing question mark. So we have this question, which is considered a yes, no question. Camilo, help me, please.
Have you tried fish?
Excellent, very good intonation. So just remember, whenever we're asking yes, no questions, we need to raise intonation. This is different from double question because it is just a flat pronunciation. But whenever we have this yes, no question, we need to raise intonation. Have you tried fish? That's it. Now, we have the 5 main uses, guys. For example, whenever we want to answer the question, how long? Durante cuánto tiempo o por cuánto tiempo. And then we have life experience, which I consider is the most important one. Present result, we are not going to cover that one. News, recent events, unfinished time words. Okay, let's pay attention to how long. All right. I know this is like a lot of information for you right now, but it is important because we have two main prepositions. We have since and we have for. So help me read this part, please. Let's see. Arturo, help me read this. The words in yellow.
How long? Still happening. We use this sentence when we want to talk about unfinished actions or states or habits that started in the past and continue to the present. Usually, we use it to say how long, and we need since or for. We often use stative verbs.
Hi, very good. Excellent. Very good pronunciation. Yeah. I'm glad you said, estoy feliz que dijo since. Because a lot of students say signs, and I don't know why they say signs. It is since. Okay, since. Se pronuncia since. Ojalá bicho, me digan signs. Okay, ojalá me digan signs. Okay, so since and for the question, how long? We often use stative verbs. What are stative verbs, guys? ¿Alguna idea de stative verbs?
I honestly don't know.
No problem. So, stative verbs are non-action verbs, verbos estáticos, ¿ok? Que no demuestran ningún movimiento. So, for example, a stative verb is, I'll say love, like, hate. So those are, I want, of course, those are some examples of stative verbs. Why stative verbs, teacher? Porque se les conoce como verbos de no acción. ¿Y cuáles son verbos de acción, teacher? Those verbs that show a physical movement. For example, if I say walk, so I'm using my legs to walk. Entonces, estoy haciendo un movimiento físico, estoy haciendo una acción. Another one, jump, run, swim. So those are some examples of action verbs, porque estoy usando mi cuerpo para hacer la acción. Pero ¿qué pasa con los stative verbs? Por ejemplo, si yo les digo a ustedes, vaya bichos, hagan la acción de amar, do the action of loving. Se van a quedar como que van a hacer esto, right? Un corazoncito, but this is not an action. This is not an action. That's the reason it is considered a stative verb, porque no hacemos ninguna acción cuando mencionamos amar, odiar, querer, gustar. Those are stative verbs. And we have some examples. Help me with examples, please, Guillermo. Guillermo. Camilo.
How long have you known Bob?
Mhm.
Only the question.
And the answer.
I've known Bob since 1998. How long has Sarah lived in Paris? He's lived in Paris for 5 years. How long have you worked here? I've worked here for 2 months.
Excellent. So let's pay attention, because how long means por cuánto tiempo o durante cuánto tiempo. So let's use the logic. Since means desde, and for means por. So how long have you known Bob? I've known Bob since 1998. How long has Sarah lived in Paris? She's lived in Paris for 5 years. How long have you worked here? I've worked here for 2 months. All right. Then we have since, and then we have the explanation for for. Help me with this part, please, Julissa.
We use since with a fixed time in the past. Example, I've been known Sarah since 2012.
Uh-huh.
I've been like pizza since I was a kid. He's been here since 8 a.m.
Excellent. So in this case, we are being very specific. Okay, so just keep in mind that whenever we're using since, most of the times we use numbers. Okay, most of the times, not all the time, because whenever we cover for, you will see that we also use numbers. Okay, but for example, we want to say the year 2012, we use since. Want to talk about hours, like in this case 8 a.m., so we use since. And if we want to use a time expression, or I mean, not a time expression, but a sentence in simple past, si queremos usar una oración, a sentence in simple past, we use since as well. For example, in this one, I've liked pizza since I was a kid. Me ha gustado la pizza desde que yo era un niño. Okay? And then we have for. Help me, please, Hector.
We use for with a period of time. Examples. I've known Julie for 10 years. I've been hungry for hours. And the last is, she's had a cold for a week.
Excellent. Very good. So we are talking about a period of time, un periodo, okay? I've known Julie for 10 years, okay? Estamos hablando de que empezamos en este punto y ahí empezó el periodo de tiempo de 10 años. I've been hungry for hours. She's had a cold for a week. Questions about this? So don't forget, we use since and for mainly to answer the question, how long? Teacher, is this a rule? We always use it with this? No, no siempre, okay? Pero mainly we use since and for to answer the question, how long? ¿Preguntas? No? So let's continue.
Yo tengo una.
Luis.
Yeah, for example, if I need to talk about a position, for example, she has por ejemplo, si quiero decir que alguien ha tenido cierto artículo por 2 meses, por decírtelo así.
Como le di in present perfect.
Sí, correcto.
Okay, so for example, I can say, hey, you know, I bought this computer. No, I bought this cell phone. I bought this cell phone. Compré este celular. So I have had this cell phone for 2 years, for example. He tenido este celular por 2 años. Pero la acción de comprarlo, the action of buying, le pertenece ya al pasado simple, porque no lo he estado comprando repetidas veces, ¿verdad? Solo lo compré una vez. Y como eso solo pasó una vez, y esa acción de comprar ya se terminó en el pasado, entonces ahí voy a usar el simple past, because that action is over. So we can say, you know, guys, I bought this cell phone back in 2020, for example. So I have had this cell phone for almost 3 years. Okay. Yo compré este celular en el 2020. Entonces, yo he tenido este celular por casi 3 años. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Sí, ¿verdad? No lo fueron muy seguro. Eso responde la pregunta. Eso quería saber.
Sí, eso era.
Okay. For people, it's gonna different because we can use the verb to know. Yo he conocido a esta persona por mucho tiempo. Okay. O yo he tenido este amigo. It sounds weird because we don't possess people, right? So in that case, we use known. Yo he conocido a fulanito por tanto tiempo. Yo he conocido a fulanito desde cierto año, o mes, o season. More questions? No?
No, not for the
Alright.
moment.
Una pregunta
Ajá.
sobre algo que me cuesta a mí es la pronunciación de las expresiones contractadas. Entonces, ¿cómo se pronuncia el I? Eso quisiera
Okay,
entender un poco
yeah.
mejor.
It is I've. I've. Vamos a hacer como que una vibración, como v. Entonces, esa vibración la vamos a hacer con los dientes y con los labios, porque es considered labial dental. The pronunciation is labial dental, es labiodental. So we say, I've known Zara since 2012. You've known. We've known, and so on. Los más fáciles son los de he, she, it, his, she's, its. That's it. But I've, you've, we've, and they've. The. Acuérdese. Como una abejita. I've, you've, we've, they've, and so on. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's continue. And this is the one I wanted to talk about, life experience. So help me with the words in yellow, please, Hector.
Okay. Life experience, sometime in life. We use the present perfect to talk about things that have or haven't happened in our lives without referring to a specific time. We often use ever in question with disuse and never in negative sentences.
Okay, I want you to pay attention to this part. Without referring to a specific time. What is that, teacher? So just remember, whenever we talk about life experiences, we don't mention the time. The time is irrelevant. What we care is about just experience, okay, the action. For example, help me with examples, please, Camilo.
Have you ever been to Brazil? Yes, I have been to Brazil. Have your parents ever tried sushi? No, they have never tried sushi. Has Bob ever seen that movie? No, he has never seen that movie.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So whenever we ask the question for life experience or any experiences, we use ever in the question. Okay? Ever. Have you ever? Has she ever? Has he ever? Whatever. Pero siempre vamos a usar ever cuando queremos referirnos a experiencias. Hey, have you ever been to Brazil? ¿Alguna vez? Ese have you ever been alguna vez? Hey, have you ever been to Brazil? Oh, yes, I have been to Brazil. Have your parents ever tried sushi? No, they have not tried sushi, or no, they have never tried sushi. Ese never está sustituyendo la palabra not, ¿ok? Porque never es negativo, ya es negativo. No, they have never, no, ellos nunca. Has Bob ever seen that movie? No, he has never seen that movie. This is very easy. Y miren, no estamos mencionando nada de tiempo. Ok, aquí no mencionamos tiempo. Actually, there are some weird occasions when we use time expressions. We will cover that later. But let's continue with this part. Help me, please, Arturo, Constanza, with this one.
Which one?
This one.
We use the question, have you ever, when we have no idea when something happened. Examples, have you ever tried sushi? Have you ever seen snow?
Excellent. Guys, if I ask you the question, hey guys, have you ever tried sushi? How would you answer the question?
Yes, I have. No, I haven't.
Excellent. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. No, I have never, whatever. And then we have this one. Help me, Guillermo.
We use the question, have you, when it's about something recent. Examples, have you ever seen that new movie? Have you tried the new restaurant? Has he called recently?
Excellent. Let's take this one. Have you tried the new restaurant? Hey, boy, ¿ya probaste el nuevo restaurante? Hey, boy, ¿ya comiste en el nuevo restaurante? So, when it's about something recent, okay? Have you seen that new movie? Have you tried the new restaurant? Has he called recently? And so on. Okay. So this is for life experience. And we have this one, unfinished time words. This is very important because we have unfinished time expressions and we have finished time expressions. So just keep in mind that whenever we say unfinished, it's because we are referring to the present perfect. On the other hand, when we use finished, it's because we're talking about the simple past. For example, we have this. Unfinished time words. Still. Help me please, Julissa. We often use
the present perfect to say what we've done in an unfinished time period. So after that, this week is here, ATP,
etc.
etc. And with with expressions such as so far, until now, before, yet, and recent,
Recently.
etc. Recently, etc.
Excellent. Yeah, etc. The
Etcétera.
person is helping you, right? Hasta aquí escucho que le está ayudando. Very good.
Sorry.
No problem. That's good. That's good. So we often use the present perfect to say what we've done in an finished action. I mean, a finished time expression, sorry, a finished time period, sorry, such as today, this week, this year, etc. And with expressions such as so far, until now, before, yet, recently, etc. So we have some examples. Help me, please, Hector. Examples.
Okay. Example, have you seen Sarah this week? No, I haven't seen her this week. Has Bob eaten today? Yes, he has eaten today. Have your parents visited recently? No, they haven't visited recently.
How do you pronounce this word once again?
Eaten? It's
Mm,
eaten.
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 Excellent.
Eaten.
Very good. And this one, pay attention. This is recently. Recently. Okay, so I want to explain this. This week. Esto se ocupa this week, today, and recently, because maybe in this case, whenever we ask this question, maybe the week hasn't finished. It's not over, right? Maybe the day isn't over. Recently means recientemente. Pero aquí estamos usando this week porque todavía la semana sigue, no se ha terminado, okay? If the week is over, so we can use simple past. Hey, did you see Sarah last week? Okay. Hey, si el día ya se terminó, que mayormente es en la noche. Hey, did you see Bob? I mean, did Bob eat today? Did Bob eat today? So in that case, the action is over. Okay. So that's the reason that in this case, we're using these time expressions this week, okay? The week isn't over. Today, the day isn't over. And recently, that's special. So we have unfinished expressions. We have a question here. Sure. So we have unfinished expressions. This week, today, lately, before, so far. So far means por el momento o hasta ahorita o hasta ahora. And we have finished expressions which belong to simple past tense. Last week, yesterday, in my teens, 1 year ago when I arrived. Okay, so Acuérdense and pay attention to this. These words or expressions are used for simple past, whereas these ones are used for present perfect. Help me read this, please, Camilo.
We can't use the present perfect with finished time word. Example, I've seen him today. Not, I've seen him yesterday. He hasn't gone this week. Not, she hasn't gone last week.
Excellent. So we can use the present perfect with finished time words. It's impossible because this is only for simple past. Let's see, Hector, can I use these time expressions for present perfect?
Yeah. Yes. No. Because
Ah,
it's a time that's finished. Yeah, because it's time that's finished.
okay.
Yeah.
Acuérdense. Vaya, dejemos las cosas claras. Pasado simple, simple past, finished actions. Finished. That's the keyword. Finished. Ah, finished. Ah, simple past. Present perfect. Unfinished. Unfinished actions. Ah, unfinished. That's the keyword. These. Okay. Entonces, once again, guys, we never use these time expressions with present perfect. Never. Okay. We only use these ones. Okay. Do you have questions? No?
No.
Okay. Awesome. So we will cover present results later and news and recent later. All right. Now let's continue with this. So we have this is very easy. So we have present perfect questions. Help me please, Guillermo.
Present perfect, there are two types of questions. Yes, no question, confirmation, and WH questions. Ask for a piece of information.
Excellent. So whenever we have yes, no questions, it's because we want to confirm something. And when we have WH question, it's because we are asking for a piece of information. Something is missing. And we have some examples. Help me please with this. Remember to read the structure. Arturo, because he's back.
Yes, no questions. The whole thing.
Yes, please.
Have, has, subject, I mean, have, has, plus subject, plus past participle verb, plus the complement, and the question mark.
Aha.
You want me to read the example?
Yes.
Okay. Have you eaten fajitas before? Yes, I have.
Fajitas.
Fajitas. That thing, I don't know what that is. Yes, I have. No, I have not.
Excellent. Very good. I want you to pay attention to the words in red because we're using the same auxiliary, okay? We will always respect that, okay? In every single tense, it doesn't matter if we're talking about the simple present, simple future, progressive, whatever. If we are asking just no question, we always need to respect the auxiliary that we are using. In this case, because we're using have, we need to use have in the answer. For example, have you eaten fajitas before? Yes, I have. No, I have not. Or no, I haven't. Or no, I have never. These are fajitas. It looks delicious and healthy. Let's continue. Ah, we have another activity. So this is WH question. I think you already know this, guys. So we have what. When we use what, guys? Let's see. Help me, Camilo.
What is used to ask about things and actions? What is your email? What are you eating? Eating?
Yes, eating.
What are you eating? What music do you like to listen to? What is her job? What does a teacher do?
Excellent. So pay attention. We use what to ask for things or actions. Email, that's a thing. Eating, action. Do, action. Listen, action. Job, thing. Julissa,
Yes.
help me read, please.
Oh, when is used to ask about time. When is the movie? When are you reading? When is your birthday? When does class start? When does the story close?
Excellent. When are you arriving? Arriving. Perfect. Where, Arturo?
Yes, sir.
Help me read.
Where? It's used to ask about places. Where's the bathroom? Where do you live? Where can I wash my hands? Where's the car? And where are you from?
Excellent. Places, location, whatever. Hey, teacher, do you know where the bathroom is? Yes, it is in your house. Okay, pay attention. I don't like when people say, hey, teacher, may I go to the bathroom? Because if we were at school, it isn't a bathroom. It is a restroom. Por ejemplo, si ustedes van al mall, a Metrocentro, La Gran Vía, so those aren't bathrooms. Those are restrooms. Okay, so public restrooms are restrooms. Baños públicos se les dice en inglés restrooms. But if you want to say bathroom, that's fine because I will understand. Okay, but if you want to speak properly, say restroom instead of saying bathroom. Who? Guillermo.
Who is used to ask about people? Who is the president? Who stars in that movie? Who do you work with? Who is your father? Who did you talk to?
Excellent. Hector, why?
Why is used to ask for a reason. For example, why you are late? Why is the sky blue? Why are you learning English? Why did you leave early? And the last is, why are there 3 keys?
Excellent. How? How is used to ask about ways or manners. This is very advanced. How do you go to work or school? How can I get to the airport? How do you make hamburger? How did he finish so fast? How do you feel? This case, cómo algo se hace, la forma en la que algo se hace o en la manera. For example, hey, how do you feel? This is not a way, this is a manner. I feel well, I feel good, I feel healthy, I feel happy, I feel mad, whatever. How did he finish so fast? This is a way. ¿Por qué terminó y cómo es que terminó este tan rápido? Okay. How do you make a hamburger? That's another way or also a manner. Whatever. We will cover this later. Now, let's see. Help me with this one. What is the WH question for this question? Let's see, Julissa.
I think it is who is that man?
Excellent.
I guess.
Perfect. Wait. Camilo.
Where are the pyramids?
Awesome. Arturo.
When does the movie start?
Awesome. Guillermo.
Why did the woman get flowers?
Awesome. Hector.
Is okay. Why did the window break?
Yeah, actually we can use why, but let's see in this case. No, not in this case.
Okay, I can use how did the window break?
Yes. Julissa.
What type of dog is that?
Awesome. Now let's see. Fill in the blanks. No, we're not gonna do this one because of the time. So we have WH questions. Help me, please. Hector.
Okay. Double H questions. WH word plus have or has plus subject plus past participle verb plus complement. For example,
Plus.
plus and question.
Question mark.
Question mark, yeah. Okay. The examples. Who has Mary baked in the chocolate cake with? Where has the chef cooked paella? And the last one is, what have you cooked for Christmas many times?
Excellent. So in this case, we are what, guys? Do you remember that I told you when we use WH questions? When do we use WH questions? When?
For example, when I need get more information about the sentence or the,
Excellent.
yeah.
Very good. Yeah. When I want more information. Who has Mary baked chocolate cake with? Where has the chef cooked paella? Paella. What have you cooked for Christmas many times? Okay. We have another one. This is the present perfect. Have you ever? Guys, what is the meaning of have you ever?
Has hecho o has visto.
¿Alguna
Mm,
vez has?
¿Alguna vez?
Alguna vez.
Excellent. Hector. Alguna vez has. Okay. For experiences. Let's practice. Aha. How would you ask a question using have you ever and this verb and this with this picture?
Have you ever visited the Liberty? What's it? What's it?
Is it tower, I guess?
Statue? I don't know.
A statue? Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Very, yeah, statue tower. I'm crazy. Have you ever visited the Statue of Liberty? Excellent. What about this one? Easy.
Have you ever eaten fish? I
Yeah,
don't
actually,
know.
this is fish. But
Food,
what?
yeah, seafood or something, I guess.
Yeah, it is seafood, pero ¿cómo se le llama? Es bien, es obvio.
I don't know.
Is sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah, that one.
Have you ever eaten sushi? Let's see. Hector, help me.
Have you read Harry
¿Y dónde está
Potter
el Ever?
books?
¿Y dónde está el Ever? ¿Y el Ever? Hector. Have you ever? Hector.
Have you ever read Harry Potter? Because of time. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. Have you ever read Harry Potter? Hector, don't forget ever. Don't forget this. Okay, don't forget ever.
Okay, okay.
Camilo.
Have you ever played volleyball?
Yeah, volleyball. Guillermo.
I think is, have you ever drunk what? I don't know, beer or something.
Kombucha, I guess.
Kombucha. Yeah. Have you ever drunk kombucha?
Yeah. Julissa.
Have you ever have you ever been have you ever seen Stranger Things?
Awesome. Have you ever seen Stranger Things? Excellent, guys. Because of the time, we are going to stop here. But before you go, let me check attendance. Before we go, do you have questions, guys?